Hello, I am Odima Teresa Velma and welcome to this channel. Also welcome to this session. And in this session, we're going to learn about a topic by the name money. And as we are learning, there are certain things that will be expected to be able to capture during this topic. The first one is to define money. The second one is to explain the origin of money, that is how money originated. The third one is to name and differentiate the different forms of money. Another one is stating the characteristics of money, and finally, to be able to state the functions of money. So what is money? Money can be defined as something that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange, a means of payment, or a measure of value. Also, money can be defined as any item or any verifiable record that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services or repayment of debts such as taxes in a given country or a given socio-economic context. So we're also going to look at the origin of money. So before money, we had something called the barter trade, which was exchanging goods and services for goods and services. For example, if I had beans and somebody else has maize, and he wants beans and I also want maize, we could exchange, which is what I refer to as barter trade. But this later on changed in the 600 BC, whereby we had the first region, which is Europe, to use an industrial facility to manufacture coins that could be used as currency. So this region in Europe was called Lydia, which is the present day Turkey. Nowadays, the facility is known as a mint, and the process of manufacturing coins is known as minting. So later on in 770 BC, the Chinese also devised a system of paper money. So money usually takes the basic form of numbers, but today currency takes the form of paper notes, coins, and plastic cards. By plastic cards, I mean the debit and credit cards, the Visa cards that can be used when you are banking transactions that you normally get when you register yourself with a certain bank. So the last king of Lydia who minted the first gold coin is known as Croesus. So when you hear the saying as rich as Croesus, know that that person was the first king, the last king to manufacture a gold coin. So, just a continuation on the origin of money. Later on, the colonial governments, for example, in Kenya, we are colonized by the British government. They issued an IOU that traded as currency. So what are the different forms of money? We have two forms of money according to the 21st century, which is the mobile payments and the virtual currency. So by mobile payment, what do I mean? Mobile payment is money rendered for goods and services through a portable electronic device such as a smartphone, a tablet, or a cell phone. So another form of currency is the virtual currency. By virtual currency, what do I mean? A good example I can give of a virtual currency is the Bitcoin. Another one is also a Binance coin or the Zcash. Like there are a lot virtual currencies. So by virtual currency, they normally do not have a physical coinage. Like it's not in form of paper money, it's not in form of coins, it's not in form of plastic cards. You cannot touch, it's not physical. Also, the virtual currencies, they offer a promise of lower transaction fees, unlike the traditional online payment mechanisms. Virtual currencies are also operated by a decentralized authority. By this, what do I mean? So we take an example of the Kenyan currency. It's normally operated by the Kenyan government through the Central Bank of Kenya. But the virtual currency, they do not have a central authority that controls all the virtual currency. The Bitcoin have their own authority. The Binascoid have their own authority. The Zcash also have their own authority. Like there's no central authority under which they operate. So in 2009 is when the Bitcoin was released, and it was released by a pseudonymous person who wanted to be identified by the name Satoshi Nakamoto. So the Bitcoin became the standard of all the virtual currencies. Like it's the standard of all the virtual currencies. When you talk about virtual currencies, they normally refer to the Bitcoin, which is the standard of all of them. So the Bitcoin also offers an efficient means of transferring money over the internet and is controlled by the decentralized authority with a transparent set of rules. So after talking about the definition of money and the origin of money, we are also going to look at the characteristics of money. So the first characteristic is durability. The material that is used to make money should be a material that is durable and not a material that can be get spoiled easily. The second characteristic is portability. Money has to be in such a form that it is easily portable from one place to another. For example, in Kenya, we normally put them in the handbags and we walk with them like they are portable. Another characteristic of money is divisibility. Like money has to be divided into different denominations. For example, in Kenya we have the 1,000 shilling notes, the 500 shilling notes, the 200 shilling notes, the 100 shilling notes. Like it is divisible in many numbers. Like it's not just in one number. We also have the 50 shillings notes, we have the 20 shillings coins, and the 10 shillings coins, and the 5 shillings coins. Then another characteristic of money is acceptability. Money should be in a form that is easily acceptable by all and not something that can be rejected. Okay, another characteristic of money is uniformity. By uniformity, what do I mean? For example, in Kenya, if it is the 1,000 shillings notes, all the 1,000 shilling notes should be uniform in every aspect of it, like everything. Yeah, like all the notes should be uniform and not different from one another. Also, and the last characteristic of money is limited supply. By this, what do I mean? That money should be scarce. Money should not be easily available. It should be scarce. So we are also lastly going to look at the functions of money. And some of these functions, we have come across them when we were defining money. So the first function of money is that money is a medium of exchange. By this, what do I mean? I mean that money allows goods and services to be traded. For example, when I walk into a grocery store and I want to get groceries, I am confident that the cashier will not reject my money because money is widely accepted as a medium of exchange. The second function of money is that money is a store of value. This refers to any asset whose value can be used now and in the future without losing its value. The value of money is not easily lost. Why do I say this? A good example is when, for example, I work today and I earn 25 shillings. I can store that 25 shillings for either 1 week, for 1 month, for 1 year, and it will not lose its value. But if I had maybe maize or tomatoes and I store them for 1 week, some of the tomatoes will rot and they will deteriorate in value. So the initial value that I got them, it will also go down. They will lose its value. So money does not easily lose its value. Another function of money is that money is a unit of account. This refers to anything that allows the value of something to be expressed in an understandable way and in a way that allows the value of the items to be compared. By this, what do I mean? That money is the device that we use to measure the value of economic transactions. The last function of money is that money is a standard of deferred payment. This refers to expressing of the value of a debt. If people borrow today, then they can pay back their loan in the future in a way that is acceptable to the person who gave them the loan. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope that this session was very educative and that we learned something from the topic money. Bye bye.